catch 'em all.
Alright guys, so today I'm taking a look at a smart camera, and it's actually very small and compact, really, so you could kind of tuck this anywhere, and it does have the ability to fold down like this, and that allows you to mount it on a wall. And you can see on the bottom there's this little square, or not really square, but a rounded square, and there's this included 3M adhesive, so you can kind of stick that right there like that. And you can stick this on a wall if you like. Now, I don't need to do that, but you do have little rubber feet on the bottom. On the back here is the plugged, let me see, let me unplug this right quick. Actually pretty well put in there. There we go. I want to be careful with it because it does have sort of an angle. It's not really a 90-degree angle, but you can see. And then on the other end it's USB, so you could actually power this by a power bank if you wanted to, or even a laptop computer, something like that, you know, if you wanted to. And it has this little included power brick, which actually is pretty good quality. So the cable is about 5 feet long, and because of the fact that it's angled like that and it's designed like that, it sits really well in the plug area. So that's pretty cool. But if you broke this or lost this, you know, need to replace it, you could do that. If you needed more than the 5 feet that this cable offers, then you could change that out with another micro SD cable, and it wouldn't be a problem. It just wouldn't be quite as pretty, and you'd have to make sure it fits into that area. So that's something to consider. Now, this does have two-way audio, so there's a microphone speaker on the back here, and then the micro SD card slot is right here. And of course, that's what the camera area, and the LED surrounding the camera for the night vision, the infrared. So that's pretty much the camera. You saw that it includes this little adhesive pad. It also includes kind of a little sticker, or a couple of stickers. So kind of like a Mac includes the little stickers, what it makes me think of. Then there's this little card, and it's basically like a little VIP sort of offer card, I guess you'd call it that. And then you have your little instruction manual, which is actually quite good. Works quite well. And other than that, I actually have a little bit of video that I want to show you that is an example. It shows that the motion detection, well, there's motion detection, there is night vision, there's audio detection, there's schedules you can set, but it shows you the app, it shows you some of the more important aspects as far as what you're going to be interacting with, because the hardware is fine. The audio is not great, but it's okay, so that part doesn't come out quite as good as I would like, and I think some other cameras do better with audio. This is probably the less, the lesser of the other cameras compared, that this company has, and I think the others do a better job. This one is okay. You'll hear it. I mean, it's not great, but I think you'll be able to hear what I'm saying, hopefully, in the video. But that's pretty much it. It's just a night vision capable 1080p camera. Supports SD cards up to 128 gigs. You can use the cloud storage. It is optional. You do not have to do it, but it's really up to you. You can control multiple cameras because this company actually makes multiple cameras, and I actually they're some of my favorite cameras, and I've tested a lot of cameras, but overall, really do like the cameras that they offer. This one is my least favorite because of the audio, but other than that, it actually works quite well, as hopefully you'll see. You saw what's included. You do have a little box here that I wanted to bring into the room to show you, and then you have this that covers the lens when it first arrives. That's pretty much it. They make a really good app. One part is the time settings for scheduling, which they changed the way that works. But yeah, other than that, I can't think of anything else that I wanted to really say about this camera that I think would be useful to you guys. But if you want to find out more about it, there's going to be a link below the video. You can actually click on that. You can find out more. But let me throw you into a couple of examples of how things are going to work for you as far as the app and everything. And you can kind of see what you can expect with this camera, what it can offer. Okay? That's it. Again, if you want to find out more, check out the link below. Thanks. Quick video demonstration of night vision as opposed to just regular with and without light. And hopefully you can hear the audio pretty clearly. So, yeah, I wanted to give you a quick example. Alright guys, let's take a quick look at the app. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. Alright, so let's take a look at the camera straight away. Alright, so obviously you can see I'm recording and filming this at the moment. So if you turn the phone to the side, it will switch to full screen. And you can zoom in and out by pinching the video. So if I go back, you can see at the bottom the timeline. That's going to be where you can kind of scroll through, scrub through the timeline. You can see on the left there's an indication for the SD card, because I'm using that, not the optional cloud storage. You can support up to 128 gigs with the SD card, so that's kind of cool. And then in the middle, you have the record button for recording video manually or taking a snapshot. Next to that, microphone is next to that, and speaker is next to that. We go to the top right, you have your configuration. So if we open that up, you can turn off and on the audio recording. The status light, that's the LED on the camera, that's, you know, on or off. Rotate image, pretty obvious. And you can see this is the motion detection that just popped up in the top. So if I pull down, you can see in the notification drawer, that is where the actual notification pops up, because I'm moving my hands and it picked that up. Night vision, you can leave that on auto or turn that off. I leave it on auto. Synchronize time, obviously, is going to synchronize the time with the device. Motion detection, I'm going to go ahead and open that up. So you can see motion detection is on, and it's on high just because I wanted to make it so that it was very easy to register even a small hand movement, so I can show you the motion detection alert that pulls down from the top, the notification drawer, which we already have. You can set that to low, medium, or high, and you can change the schedule, and you can open that up. This is obviously the 24/7 schedule, so that when you turn it on, it works. And you can set this time, and if I go in to a different schedule, I can touch the day of the week, turn it off or on for that day. I can also, if I turn that on, go back in, adjust the time. So you can see I can swipe through, changing the time. I wish that they would change that part, because that, to me, is the worst part about the app. Otherwise, I like the app a lot. That part I do not like, because it's a little hard to set a specific time quickly and easily. So yeah, that part of the app could use some improvement. So if we get back out of this, I'm going to turn off motion detection so the alerts will stop. You can see the top said succeeded at the top whenever you change a setting. If it does not, it will say failed. So that is usually going to be related to a connectivity issue. Sound detection is pretty much identical, turned off or on, low, medium, and high. And then you set the schedule the same. So I won't go through that because it basically duplicates what the motion detection looks like. Below that, next we have storage, and that's going to give you the option to subscribe to cloud storage, which I do not, obviously, or SD card, and turn on and off the loop recording or format the SD card. I'm using a 32 gig, which is a formatted capacity of 28 gigs.
I formatted it a little before I started, and it just has a couple of things on it. So I'm not using a lot of space. So gives you an idea of that. Camera sharing is just going to allow you to share this with someone in your family, for example, or friends. If you had a neighbor somehow, you wanted to set them up as a sharing person to watch your home while you're away, maybe you could do that. If you wanted to go in camera information, you could find out some of the information, update the firmware, different things of that nature. Other than that, you have the option to remove the camera or reset to factory defaults. Now, if I back out, and we're here on the main camera screen on the top left, if we click on that little menu, you can go into the profile, which is the top option, and this is going to be your account name and email information and stuff like that, your profile picture and your password, and you can log out if you wanted to. Below that's inbox, and there we can view system messages from the actual system, like if they're, I guess if they were doing some kind of system maintenance that related to the cameras, things like that nature, then you can go into each one of the different cameras, and you can see a little blue device for something maybe you haven't checked. It alerts you that there's something new for you to view there. And if you go in, you can see motion or sound detection depending upon what has been triggered, and you can also delete those files. So I won't go into every one of those. App settings is going to be very, very limited. There's not a lot you really change there because there's not a lot to the app as far as the setting changes. It's really all done within each one of the cameras. And then you have the help section, which is actually pretty good because they have user manuals for each camera, and you can go through and play with the different cameras depending on which cameras you own, which one of these you're going to actually want to touch. But it's kind of cool because they have video, they have documentation about a little bit of everything there. So that's pretty cool, pretty useful. And then you have a frequently asked questions, which covers a pretty good amount of things. That's pretty nice. And then they have a message option where you can actually send a message for support within the app directly if you run into issues. I don't think I've ever had to use this because I don't think I've ever had any problems with the cameras. Really, they're pretty frequent with updates and firmware, and the app overall works really, really well, other than the setting of the time, as I mentioned. But that's pretty much it. I just wanted to go through the app really quickly. If you hit the back arrow button on your phone, you will give the option press again to exit. That will take you out, and you will be able to exit the phone menu there. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Hopefully that's helpful and gives you an idea of what the app looks like and how it works.